Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I told you guys to get ready for some chaos. I told you guys to buckle up because early signing day is here. We've got all eyes on Celeste Moa. We've got all eyes on Joel Wyatt, but we didn't think we were going to get a curveball, but that we did. Four-star athlete Legend Bay has flipped his commitment from Ohio State to Tennessee. This one is big. This one is huge. We look at the weapons in this class of 26, and Legend Bay is a special one. I rolled through some of the names this morning that we're starting to put pen to paper for Tennessee. More of those are coming in. Zach Groves is in the boat. I told you guys that Faison Brandon, another five-star quarterback for Josh Heupel, has put pen to paper. He is on his way to Rocky Top. Jamian Theodore has signed. Hezekiah Harris has put pen to paper. We've also got Luke Thompson in the boat. Tristan Keys, a lot of guys worried about Tristan Keys when they saw that Lane Kiffin was off to LSU. Would that impact Tristan Keys? I told you guys no. I told you guys that Tristan Keys was locked in with Coach Pope. He was locked in with Coach Heupel. Tristan Keys has also put pen to paper. Now, one we had to worry about this morning was Joel Wyatt. I mentioned it in a video late last night. There starts to be some rumblings. There starts to be a little bit of talk about Joel Wyatt. Lane Kiffin comes calling at the final hour. Tennessee was able to hold them off. There was talk about Joel Wyatt pushing off his signing to later in the week and talking about state championship game, and the entire school was going to push that back a little bit, but that's not the case. A little bit of confusion there, but Joel Wyatt has officially put pen to paper, and he is in the boat. We continue. Kedrick Golston, TJ White has put pen to paper. Darion Albert is in the boat, but the big one, the news drops that four-star athlete Legend Bay has flipped his commitment back to Tennessee. And that's one, man, commits to Tennessee, a four-star athlete, a guy that Tennessee was recruiting to play in that slot position. He's got elite speed. He's got track speed, runs a 10-2 in the 100 meters. And, when he flipped to Ohio State, I still felt like this wide receiver crew, this wide receiver crop, this class of 26 group of wide receivers had the opportunity to be special. And why is that? You look at the guys that they've got committed, and now some of these guys starting to put pen to paper, and it starts with Tristan Keys, right? The five-star wide receiver, one of the top wide receivers in the country, in my opinion, should be the number one ranked wide receiver in the country. But then you also scroll down, Tyreek King, another four-star wide receiver, has already put the pen to paper. And then Celeste Moa, we're going to talk about him in just a moment. Should we be worried about Celeste Moa? We'll talk about that. But Legend Bay brings speed, brings athleticism, brings versatility. Some schools recruiting him to play quarterback, others recruiting him to play running back. Tennessee recruiting him to play in that slot position. You go look at the scouting report. Gabe Brooks over at 247 Sports says dynamic high school quarterback who projects as a playmaking skill weapon, immensely productive with more than 4,000 career rushing yards, 3,500 plus passing yards, and responsible for triple-digit touchdowns. You go watch Legend Bay's tape. You go watch his high school film. You watch what he does with the football in his hands. You give Josh Heupel an opportunity to scheme him open and get him the football. He is electric. He is dynamic. Says he owns verified track speed that translates in pads, plays with sudden downhill acceleration and corresponding top-end speed, also displays short area, redirecting twitch to evade in tight quarters and set up explosive cuts. Years spent as a high school quarterback should aid awareness/football IQ when transitioning to a different skill position. May need time to acclimate to that new full-time spot, but could provide immediate return game value. Legend Bay is a weapon. Legend Bay has flipped his commitment back from Ohio State to Tennessee. This started to get some buzz as you saw USF hiring Brian Hartline as their next head coach. I think that is a good head coach for USF. I think if you look at what Hartline has done at Ohio State, his track record speaks for itself, and that's why Tennessee, when you lose a guy like Carnell Tate to Ohio State, you chalk it up to Brian Hartline. When you get Legend Bay flipped to Ohio State, you chalk it up to Brian Hartline. He gets announced as the head coach at USF. And then Tennessee, you say they don't have NIL game. Let me tell you something. Tennessee put on more steam, and they got Legend Bay in the boat. But now I want to talk about Celeste Moa as we roll over, and we could take a look at Tennessee in this class of 2026, currently listed at 7th in the country. Can they put on more steam? As of now, Celeste Moa still has not put pen to paper. We're going to talk about him, but first, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up down there below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not media. We don't fake that, we don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. It's for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're going live here in just a couple of hours, 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to get all of our ducks in a row, and we are going to break down early signing day, and we're also going to be waiting on the live decision from J.J. Finch tonight, 5:45 p.m. Eastern time, so come join us for that. But I want to wrap this video up talking about Celeste Moa. Should we be concerned? You can see the tweet on the screen. Celeste Moa is currently in a hold and not expected to sign until Thursday or Friday. Utah has made a late push. Now, I've been talking about Celeste Moa the last couple of days, a four-star athlete, 6'2", 175 out of the state of Utah. He's ranked just outside the top 50, 54th nationally, number 2 ranked athlete in the entire country, top-ranked player out of the state of Utah. Committed to Tennessee back on July the 31st. And we were worried about Celeste Moa because he took the visit to Michigan, right? Early last week, there was chatter that Celeste Moa's dad had said, we're going to take this trip to Michigan. We're going to go on this visit. It's never ideal. It's never a good thing when a guy that's committed to you is going to take a visit in the final hour. But we talked about that right here on this channel, and we broke down all the specifics of that. And the fact that his brother plays at Michigan State, right? Michigan State played at 7 p.m. on that Saturday. Michigan and Ohio State played at noon, so he could turn this into a 2-for-1 trip. And he went up and he saw Ohio State and he saw Michigan, and then he went and watched his brother, and he got to spend some time with him. So there were several layers to that visit, but coming out of the visit, Steve Wiltfong said, not happening. Michigan, the steam, all the momentum is to Tennessee. He went to VolQuest. Steve Wiltfong actually went to VolQuest and posted and said that the vibe coming out of Michigan is that he will likely stick with Tennessee. Celeste Moa told Matt Ray after that visit that he was still excited about signing with Tennessee, said he had a long-term belief in Kelsey Pope and Tennessee's plan for him at wide receiver. But if you watched the video earlier this morning, if you saw that video, Austin Price voicing some concern about Celeste Moa. He said that he was concerned about Utah, right? The in-state school. Also, his dad played at Utah. Utah, right down the road from where Celeste Moa lives. He can throw a rock and hit the stadium. Real easy for him to get down there and take a trip. Real easy for him to get down there and take a visit, whether it's for a game or whether it's for just to meet with the coaches and have a conversation. Utah has always been the biggest threat to Tennessee, and that was the fear as of this morning. Now here we sit, and as you can see on the screen, Celeste Moa is not going to be putting pen to paper today. From Austin Price at VolQuest, he says Celeste Moa is not going to sign today. His dad told me they are in a holding pattern. Utah has made a run at him, so barring a change, it sounds like Thursday or Friday for Celeste Moa. But still, Tennessee having a good early signing day so far. Can they tap it off with J.J. Finch? Can they get Celeste Moa across the finish line? Are there any more flips that we should keep our eyes on? But again, for me, man, I don't want to lose Celeste Moa, but getting Legend Bay back in the boat for Tennessee, not something that many of us expected to see here on early signing day. That is almost like a trade, Celeste Moa for Legend Bay. Let's see if Tennessee can get them both across the finish line. Getting Joel Wyatt in the boat, getting that pen to paper was huge for Tennessee. Things happen so quick. Things change so quick. As of the time of this video, this information is accurate, but guess what? I could go hit publish, and that could change. We're going to go live tonight, 5:45 p.m. Eastern time here in just a couple of hours, and we're going to break it all down, so be right back here. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out our merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support the channel by going to our Patreon. There's a link in the description below. You can join our EA Sports College Football Dynasty. You can also join our game day chats, or you can just say, Boogie, I like what you guys do. Here's a buck. I want to keep the lights on for you, and we would appreciate that as well. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.